Oh, that still cracks me up. And I think we're gonna have a surprise next week, but I'm gonna try not to talk about it. Try not to talk about it. Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm a non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer, and I accidentally published 2 chapters of my space opera today over at World Anvil. So go read Forsaken Hope. It was only supposed to be 1 chapter, but there are 2. Enjoy. Yay, you can't undo a publish once you hit it. Yay. I'm joined today by my husband, Brian,
I am so strong. I have big hat.
by Tom, who will try to outlive our shenanigans, and Carrie.
I'll be honest, I'm still enjoying the thought of what I misheard you call what you published.
Oh, what did I say?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you actually said hope, but I did
Yeah.
not hear the P.
Oh, Forsaken Ho.
Forsaken
I mean,
Ho.
There is a polyamorous love story in it, so kind of.
The prequel is Trashy Ho.
But yeah, after having started a new job that is doing murder to my brain, I hit the wrong button and basically published everything that was in the manuscript, which is not what I intended.
You'd have to like delete the whole thing and
I would have to delete the 2nd chapter and put it back up, and it's basically. I have written and rewritten the first 2 chapters a couple times, and so it's essentially edited already, even. So I'm not upset that it's public. It's just there are a couple things that I've decided to change about the story that I'm wanting to make sure are there from the beginning. So I basically have been doing a rewrite edit over the first 2 chapters so I don't forget the first 3 chapters so I don't forget to rewrite them. And I intended to do that, and yeah. That is not what happened.
one thing that helped me I didn't get to do a whole lot of writing this week, but one thing that did help me was I assigned each of my ongoing projects a number because I've got 4 different ones that I'm working on, and then I rolled a d4, and whatever I landed on is what I worked on for a little while. When I stopped feeling like working on it, I rolled the dice again. Hi, Cool Gamer.
Hey, Cool Gamer.
Yeah, I watched a video the other day that was basically like how to learn productivity from Prince. And yeah, that was one of the main takeaways is like if he was awake and not out with a female, he was making music. And considering the output that man had in his life, yeah, I buy that. I am still like flabbergasted that he wrote, recorded, and finished mixing When Doves Cry in 2 days.
Wow.
And most of his songs only took a day. He would show up at the studio with lyrics that he had written down and just put music to them. You know, that easy thing. Why wouldn't you
learning
just...
to not self-censor. That is the real bane of most creatives.
Yeah. And to embrace imperfection, because several of the backup vocalists were very frustrated working with him because they wanted to do a retake because they're like, no, I can do that better. And he's like, yeah, but it won't have any feeling. The little imperfections that you know end up putting in it give it feeling. And they were not happy. And then they heard the finished song and they're like, okay, fine, you were right. Dang it.
I mean, I tried to write the same poem 3 times in the last 24 hours. And the reason I had to rewrite it 3 times was the first 2 times I kept actively editing while I was writing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Prince had, a good method, and it works for humans.
Oh, I got spotted.
Speaking of writing
Dope.
poetry, I did recently learn that I'm going to, for the first time, act as a poet laureate at an event. So I will be.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that will be an official title I can say that I've had. I will be writing 3 original poems for this event and reciting them there.
Oh, there's a wolf in the pit, Tom, that's being tamed.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's calmed back down. I accidentally agitated it.
What is that?
That is a very rare find. This is a stone golem trophy. You have to kill many a stone golem to get one. But it's
They're really
cool.
pretty.
And that's the second one I've gotten.
It's very
But I took out 4 stone golems before the show, so I've been on a little bit of a stone golem slaughter today. Oh no, it's my 3rd one. Okay. So I have 3 of them now. And 2 of those, Charlie, you can
I
put
managed
wherever
to
you
take
want.
out one the other day when I was playing on my server, but I was down in the silver mine pit, and there were wolves and dragons going after it, and then I'm just sitting there just.
Yeah. That is one way to take them out. It works quite
Then it
well.
can't get me.
Yep.
So
The way
I
I was
have-
able to cut into the rock, like there was some rock that wasn't like as easily, and I could like hide under it.
So I have random music on in my headphones, as I often do while we're playing, and I can't help but giggle because I'm listening to past Justin Timberlake give modern Justin Timberlake advice that he will not take. It's Say Something by Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton's playing, and I'm just like, oh, Justin, if you'd only listen to your own song. Like, I almost feel like past Justin is reading current Justin for filth right now. It's an interesting experience that I'm having, and I thought I would share it.
I heard a stone shatter.
Because the stone golem and a drake are angry at each other.
Do you need me to take out the golem?
Well, I'm mostly here just to make sure that stone golem doesn't try to take out the wolf.
Yeah. Is he near the thing? Do you need assistance with it, or if not,
No,
I'm gonna.
They're not
continue.
really targeting the wolf structure. They're not really targeting me.
Okay.
So
Let's take a peek anyway.
Because I'm out at the Lux farm.
they are just generally grumpy.
Okay.
Sorry to share my music dramas, but song came on, got really excited. I was like, oh, I haven't heard this in forever. And then Sia's verse came on. I was like, oh, that's why.
Honest.
Gotta keep it 100.
Believe me, I kind of miss Chandelier.
Yeah, she was a big part of the discussion we had the other day when we were talking about restorative justice and what people could do to get back on good graces and stuff. And I don't know. It's going to take more than a good album for her to get back into my good graces. Going to take some restorative crow-eating apology tours.
Yeah.
And a lot of financial donations to groups that actually help autistic people.
Apparently the Stone Golem finally had enough with that Drake and just Mike Tyson'd it.
Clobbered the hell out of it.
One strong right punch.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty funny when it does that. Really, I think
It made the mistake of, being within range.
Yep. Trifle too hard and too close.
Or as I like to call it, my teenage years.
I was just saying, the kids these days call it F around and find out.
And I did.
Yep.
I know, it is amazing you're still alive.
I am always quite surprised.
Yeah.
I was having a thought just before I showed up because I was coming into the house and got a couple cases of water. Overall, I rarely feel like a guy, and if we're gonna call me male, it's a soft boy. There's one thing I do enjoy being manly about. I like throwing a case of water on my shoulder and walking into the house. I don't know why, but I do enjoy the what's that job called? Was it the water guy?
Water boy?
Water boy?
The
Water cooler guy? Water delivery guy? I don't know. I just heard so you like to be Josh Chan?
Yeah, that's I was like pretty cool, Josh, right?
Yeah, a little bit. They said we all have our thing.
It's okay. White Josh is cool.
White Josh is surprisingly cool for a character named White Josh.
What did I come back to?
Crazy ex-girlfriend references.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't. That's what I haven't seen.
Oh my!
I highly recommend, but the later seasons you need to be in the emotional place to deal with it because a lot of the show is about being honest and frank about mental health, and a lot of times they find a way to do it with great humor. There are events in the later seasons that humor cannot be applied to.
Yeah.
And it is quite honest and frank about certain harmful thoughts that people might have about themselves and actions that they might take in regards to them. Still a very good show, though.
Stop moving. Stop
Is that
moving.
a star dragon?
No, it's just a regular Drake being a jerk.
Oh, okay. I guess I've never seen like the top before. I've only seen the underside as they're
Right
about to.
through it. That golem just keeps taking out drakes in the same place.
Is there anything we need to harvest from drakes? Like we can just bring them all over and just start chanting "nice for what"?
I mean, we do get the that frozen thing for the slushy.
Frozen
The
clams.
That's true.
ice. For the ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. Oh. I don't have food for you, so I guess you get to just sit here and not eat. Yeah, I actually don't like this spot any.
It sounds like you on a Saturday when we have company over and we're both like, okay, is it lunchtime yet? No, I think you're just gonna have to sit here and not eat.
Or as I like to say, supper!
Which the angry crows are truly the best part of that movie.
Yep.
And for anyone who did not suffer the wonderful fever dream and slight psychological trauma that was Rapturepalooza,
Highly recommend.
Suffer!
if for nothing other than the crows, it is worth watching.
I just love the part of, the only person sent back from the rapture.
Yeah, unraptured.
Yeah. I don't know, when they fire the missiles at Jesus, that was
Pretty funny too.
pretty funny.
I don't know. Mine will always be the locusts.
Yeah.
Yeah, locusts are pretty good too.
Because, I mean, that is just peak every generation for the last century or two under capitalism. Because you just feel like, wait, is that how my brain is interpreting all the insect sounds? Because that feels valid.
I do feel like the genesis of this entire film was a bunch of people got high, started flipping around on the TV, and came across a fire and brimstone evangelical program who was proclaiming the end of days. They started giggling to each other, and a movie was born. Because the entire movie kind of watches like we've had one too many edibles, and the air is very thick with smoke.
I believe dank is the appropriate term for that.
When you no longer have to pass it anymore, just you are hotboxed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything is giggly, and your face feels like sponge.
I love that this golem can sense there's an enemy near, but can't quite figure out what it is.
Can't see you through the
Nope. Cannot see through metalwork.
bars?
Nope.
Huh.
Nope.
Yet they count as a solid wall.
Yep. I'm on my way, Tom. It's nighttime, so
Give the golem a few, because it's still right near the portal. So unless you want to come out swinging.
you know.
Have you met him?
Okay. Well, I got bone mass ready if I should,
I mean, if I get walloped a couple times, or if you just want to fire up bone mass, because
Yeah, I'll
makes
fire up
you
bone
giggle.
mass when you get here.
It makes you giggle every time, and the spirit of bone mass is in you.
I mean, it's a big bone.
Yep. Okay.
It is so hard to be quiet sometimes.
Yeah. And it wriggles.
Okay,
into
now
you.
he's trying to destroy stuff.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah,
Oh, he's over there. There. Oh no, he didn't come with me. Shit. Oh, I got the wrong thing. He got lucky. I had the wrong pool. Oh, he turned for you.
Ah,
there you go.
There, I told him a couple times he should be chasing me. I'm gonna try to lead him away. Or not.
Hi, Mr. Spence.
Oh,
He
Pack
says
of wolves.
resisting the urge
there it
to
is.
buy 7 Reaper.
To buy what?
Familiar with it. 7 Rebirth?
Hmm.
I got knocked off the mountainside.
So that would be, is that part 2 or part 3? Because I think if I am interpreting your demonic words properly, you're talking about the Final Fantasy VII remakes.
Yep. Yeah, that's everyone's talking about Rebirth.
Part 2.
Still had one more hit. There we go.
I am sure that they are good. I am sure that they're Square Enix is desperate not to go out of business. And as usual, they pull a Final Fantasy stunt to try to keep that from happening.
Are they still okay? Oh, it's on the inside?
No, not quite. It's just stuck.
But honestly, if they were going to have to break the storyline up like this,
There it goes.
they should have made the Final Fantasy VII remake the replacement for Final Fantasy
I
XIV.
caught it with a sword.
Yeah.
And even if they didn't make it multiplayer, they should have used a similar model, because the whole fun of one of the most fun things about Final Fantasy VII was that you could play the content in a lot of different ways.
There. Is the other one still safe?
The first
Or is
part
it dead?
was good.
It killed
but I
our
also-
tame one.
Oh no.
Because the only part of the original game that was truly walled off from the rest of the world was all the stuff with the ruby weapons.
Yeah.
Because you had it was the secret second boss. Well, secret second world boss. We saved the universe, the world. Oh no, we didn't. Well, I could go save the universe more, or I could try to get my black chocobo. Choices.
Always Black Chocobo.
Yeah, black chocobo usually won. Not gonna lie. But that was their fault for making the chocobo racing actually fun, and the chocobo breeding tricksy.
Yeah.
This is Ruby and Emerald and Gold Chocobo.
Yeah. Oh god. I used to dream about chocobo breeding. Like, okay, maybe if I mix this with this, or this with this. Because for all of y'all children out there, while there was technically an internet when Final Fantasy VII first came out, that's a big asterisk. Technically, there was an internet. And it took months for the guidebooks to come out.
Yeah.
It is one of the few pre-internet things that I don't miss.
I know it's always a question whether it was a good guidebook or a really bad guidebook.
Mhm.
Fairy Law says breeding a good with a great, and then the blue with the green, and then a black with a wonderful with a carob nut. I know
Mhm.
this by heart.
And I bet your hands start aching just thinking about it because of all the time it took to figure it out. I know that there are games that if I even hear the names of them, my thumbs start hurting. And they're just associated with this memory of torturous pain.
I always feel weird for admitting that, like, I liked 7, but I spent way too much time on an 8.
I think 8 is much maligned. It's not my favorite. My favorite's actually 10.
Yeah, the story is really good on 10.
I love the story. I love the characters. I actually like the progression system in 10.
Yeah, they finally got it working.
Fairy Law says Final Fantasy VIII is the one that makes it. I'm sorry. Super Mario Brothers. For me. The NES, Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, you said Super Mario Brothers, and my knuckles popped.
Ooh, I'm missing Tom, I need you to run to the other side or go up to the portal real quick. You're gonna get caught up in the... Oops, he's chasing you now. Shit. Oh, there you go. Nope. Maybe. Yeah, come get me. Yeah, nope. Come in closer. Good. There you go. Ping in the hole. Okay. Oh, tools back in the hole. There you go, Tom.
Yay! Now we just need more meat.
Oh, there's meat still in there.
My nemesis when I was younger, I don't even know if it was a good game or not. I just became so obsessed with finishing it, was Rygar for the NES. Because...
Oh no, he shouldn't follow you up there.
Listen to my cautionary tale, children. Back in my day, you could not save a video game, and not very few games had implemented this new weird thing where it would give you a code to write down that you would type in when you loaded it back up, so that you could pick up where you left off. Rygar had none of that. If you turned the game system off for any reason, you lost your entire game.
And if you went to school, you risked your parents.
Mm-hmm. I played through that game so many times. I got very creative on trying to hide the NES so Mom couldn't see it. Just so she would not turn it off. But yet, she always found it, and she always turned it off. And I lost my progress and had to start all over again. Over and over.
Hello.
Over
Hi,
again.
Megan.
Woo! Is everything working again?
So far, we'll see. I was while I was waiting, there's this person I see. I don't know if she's on other platforms, but I see her on Threads, and she posts videos of herself cleaning her house, and then she cleans the tools she used to clean the house with, and then everything is pristine and her house just looks amazing. And so I was like, I'm going to take some inspiration from that account and I'm going to do some cleaning of my own. And so I was scrubbing away at things until the internet came back on.
Good. I mean, it is nice to watch a really good cleaning.
Yes.
It can be oddly cathartic.
Fairy Law says, it's a fun story, even though PS1 has memory cards. Crash Bandicoot code was so jank you couldn't save it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Because it was,
Or you could,
it
but
was
only
not
to
even
get
actually finished when it was published.
And there were no patches. Patches were not going to come to save you.
First system I had with memory cards was did N64 have them? Or was that?
Yeah, the N64 had them.
Yeah. So we had a few N64 games. That's when, because we got our N64 used and refurbished for like $30 after it was already on its way out. And because I was I think I was a senior in high school, because my sister wanted Conker's Bad Fur Day, but it was rated M, so I bought it. Because she was only like 12.
Isn't that what sisters are for?
She bought the console, I bought the game.
Mr.
Yeah, I was
Spence
actually
says,
just
will the
seeing-
It was
team...
fun, but so inappropriate.
Mr. Spence says, will the team feed all the code through one person? And it was with a hope and a prayer and duct tape and super glue that it worked. It doesn't even resemble code.
Sounds like the description of what was it? Not Doom, After Doom. What was the next one it did?
Oh.
Of the fast transform equation of like, that shouldn't work.
I feel that way about way too many games.
But I mean, you can totally write spells into your code. It whatever works. It's why I find the Charles Strauss Laundry Files books very enjoyable and believable.
I remember when I was doing more intense coding every now and then, especially on older stuff, you'd get to a certain point in the code and you would just find a prayer that had been left there because they were so tired of debugging that particular
Yeah.
No.
there would just be a, we think we found the error, and you could start seeing the patron saints and angels that they had assumed might have something to do with making code actually work.
Mr. Spence says, and Naughty Dog makes AAA games now. LOL.
Yeah, that's still not right. Because if you remember the utter crap Naughty Dog used to put out.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think they did Pepsi Man, but it feels like they did.
Why did you have to invoke that? There's things that I am happy my brain has forgotten. I remember enough traumatic things from when I was younger. I don't need to be reminded of all of them.
How about just why was Pokemon Snap such a fun game?
That I can answer. My most cancelable offense is that I have never played a Pokemon game.
Mr. Spence says the Crash Spyro crossovers for the Game Boys. And then Nikki says, hey everyone, I'm so glad you're streaming, Charlie. I needed this stream right now. Nikki.
Well, I'm glad that we could be here.
And I'm glad you could join us.
And it's been a hectic week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A hectic year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to name the Lux? Holler out a Lux name. Which one?
Luxifer.
Luxifer.
Like Lucifer, but Luxifer.
I'm here for it. I'm not really a Satanist, but I do play one on the internet.
It's an interesting spelling.
I'm pretty sure there a lot of people think that I just am. But it's fine.
Luxible?
Luxifer and Luxible.
Nice.
There are more Luxes to name.
The Lux is in the background, just like walking on top of each other.
Oh yeah, they do that. That's why the walls are so high.
So as a Super Egypt fan, I'm pretty sure we've never actually named one Luxor.
Oh.
And I feel like that is an oversight on our part.
True. Are you just saying that you're really into Egypt in general, or is Super Egypt something I don't know a reference for?
No, it's I became obsessed with Egyptian archaeology, mythology, and the like when I was a kid.
Okay.
Nikki says, I had an extremely hard, sad, devastating day.
Oh
Sad face
no.
with a tear.
I just feel out that I really do enjoy Rick Riordan's Egyptian storytelling stuff.
Mr. Spence says, and I'm currently playing through the newest Ratchet and Clank, and God, I love these games. And then Nikki says, does anyone remember me telling you all about my grandma? And then Mr. Spence says, oh, sorry, Nikki. Yeah.
A little bit.
There you go. I got you two of them, Charlie. You have Luxor and Alexander.
Alexander. How have we not had an Alexander? Oh, I feel like I have missed so many opportunities now.
Yeah.
Like we should have had so many Alexanders.
Where'd he run off to? He went, oh, there he is. And there he goes. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, I could do that. I think these two are unnamed down here.
One of them should be named Bollocks.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, definitely will do that. I'm doing lower and upper Lux. Continuing the Egypt theme, but the next one will be Bullocks.
So are we now trying to come up with a pun for Pollux and Lysander, or are we just trying, or Castor and Pollux? Like,
This is D. And tweetable. They keep trying to separate. And I get confused why they get hungry, and it's like, you guys are hungry because you're not breathing.
Mr. Spence says Zooxoletl. I'm assuming that's a name suggestion. Spelled Zuxolletle.
How about just Luxolotl?
Wait, CUX.
Olletle.
Done.
Nikki says, Grandma passed away this morning at 11:31 a.m. Eastern Time, and we were all there, me and Lindsay and a lot of our family.
Mm.
It was supposed to be Luxolittle instead of Zuxolittle.
oh wait, are we relying on Brian to be able to spell things?
There you go. I changed the Lux a little. Lux a little and Bullocks are breeding.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Bullocks. Just, you know. I'm sorry to.
I'm sorry to hear that, Nikki. It can be hard.
Yeah.
And I've lived, some of my earliest memories are at funerals. So it's...
Nikki says, OMG, Brian is being picked on again by Charlie. I needed that laugh.
I am a bit of the snark today, so I feel like that should have been a content warning for the show today.
Oh, I shared this with Glory, but I encountered an article that says that if you boil your water and then filter it through a coffee filter, you can remove like 90% of microplastics from your water. So if you want to reduce microplastics that you are exposed to, a great way to do that is boiling your water, pouring it over a coffee filter, and then obviously letting the water cool so you can drink it.
You know, I haven't really thought about it, but I wonder...
I'm just hearing drink coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think that is a valid interpretation of what was just said.
Coffee drinkers will outlive everyone else.
I haven't really thought about it. But now you've got me wondering with the water filters and stuff that we use, how much they do, if anything, to microplastics.
The new one's supposed to cover that. And it's supposed to also reduce the amount of any lead in the water.
Well, that's good.
Because, well, I don't trust our municipality. And
well, yeah, we live in a place where occasionally they're just like, okay, so there are unknown biological things in the water, but we're sure it's fine. Just you can drink it, just don't let it get in your eyes.
Oh,
And it's like, if I can't put it in my eyes, why would I want to drink it? And methinks thou did not think this through.
Mm.
Mr. Spence says, so what I'm hearing is don't drink water or drink only coffee.
Yes.
Works for me.
Or really finely brewed tea. Because tea would also cover.
It
many
has
of
to
those
go
stuff.
through the coffee filter, though, so you would have to. The coffee filter is the key part for collecting up the microplastics.
Are they the only one that filters my teas? Okay.
Oh, I don't.
I use a lot of loose leaf teas.
So do I, but I just drink the leaves that end up in the water.
Yeah, no,
It's only bulk
I
fiber.
very much do not. That is no,
Bulk
no,
fiber.
no, no. If you're
Charlie's
gonna
like,
turn me
I
into,
have thoughts.
I do, and I'm like, I don't know if they're worth sharing. Like, do I just mean, would it just be hateful or honest? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I have many thoughts about that.
Nikki says
It-
it was such a weird, cool, hard, and beautiful experience. She held on for a while. Stubborn, strong woman didn't want to let go all the way until everyone was in the room that could be there.
Mm,
Mm.
Oh, stretch.
Noticed that, like, I've never been like in the room when somebody, but like with my dad and like noticing the difference between my grandparents. Like when my dad was dying, um, like the nurse could tell when he was getting close. My mom reached for his phone and reached for her phone to call us, and apparently he was like, "Yeah, no, you're not going to have that opportunity. I don't want them here." Whereas with my grandfather, all of his girls were there. My mom and her sisters.
Mm.
So, like, they have ways of like, I want everyone with me, or no. And my dad hung on for like 3 weeks longer than everybody thought he would. Like, when he was first admitted to hospice, a priest friend came to visit him, and he goes, "This is between you and God. Don't argue." And we're like, "How long have you known that man? He lives for arguing with everybody." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but I gotta say it."
I have to say the most important thing is what happens next, because I have with many people help walk them through the grief that follows, and the most important thing I can say to you is grieve in your way, not their way. Whatever feels right for you,
Mhm.
that is how you should grieve. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like remembering happy stories and laughing, do that. There is
And it's
not,
never over as soon as you think.
yes.
And it's sneaky.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I had someone recently whose uncle passed away in December, and it's like, oh, I'll be fine in a week or two. And I'm like, no, you won't. But keep telling yourself that. And I'll be here when, you need help.
Because there isn't a one size fits all grieving process.
Nope.
And anybody who tries to tell you that there is, I seriously have to question if they've truly experienced grief. And if they have, they're probably trying to walk you through their grieving process, which may or may not help. Because I know for most of the members of my family, the way we do that is, yeah, we have a good cry, but most of it is about telling the stories that make us laugh and the stories that remind us of who that person was.
Mm-hmm.
And something I feel like people really don't bring up enough and mention is just what is the purpose of grief. And it is your brain handling that there's an entire set of futures that have stopped being a possibility, and it's trying to come up with new ideas. But in the meantime, it first has to go through, okay, what were all the plans? And until it finishes, letting go of those plans and going, okay, we have new plans, it'll just keep coming up.
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
and everyone's different because everyone has different kinds of plans with people.
Keeps getting chunks out of me. Oh, shit. Watch out, Tom. 1-star wolf coming through. Shit.
For safety.
There.
Well, I
think
finished taming the other one. Well, I finished taming the other one.
Cool. At least this way we can get the 1-star train tamed. Oh, it's a no star. I'll just get him real quick. So we can get the no star and the 1-star both tamed. We can start breeding 1-star wolves.
It's just the fact that my daughter can still recognize pictures of my dad, and that can get me
Yeah.
And the truth is, it never entirely goes away. It just doesn't emotionally affect you as much.
Yeah.
Because, my mom's been gone for over a decade, but my sister and I will still, joke about, oh, if only she was here for this. She would have finally gotten her fantasy. It was, her dream. This was her dream. Look, it finally happened. Those kind of, if you remember them.
And then you have little things like what happened to my mom. I'd say maybe 6 months after my dad passed away, her Google device was just started talking and was like, "Okay, Bill, I'll save that for you." And she's like, "What the heck is?" And it was a thing on the plague, and a couple of weeks later, she caught the plague.
I put another 1-star in there, Tom.
Nice.
Says, I find myself still crying when certain songs I used to listen to with my cousin came on. And then Nikki says, I swear though, if any of Graham's friends or church friends say, well, God wanted her home, I swear I'll scream.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's them trying to lessen their pain. That's
Yeah.
what I'm really hearing when people say that.
I'm gonna go grab chicken.
I got
Does it
tired
mean
of
that-
hearing that too after my dad, and I'm like, he could have made him better too.
And then there are times like when my grandma Nixon passed, that I found it just impossible to grieve, and that's because we had conversations. She was ready to go,
Yeah.
and in those last weeks, we talked more and more and more about how much she missed Jake, her husband, and how she just couldn't wait to be with him again, and and I was sad to not have her in my life anymore, but I know that she had more than made peace with the process that was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that she and Jake are annoying a whole bunch of angels right now. It makes me smile.
How's it going?
Okay.
Oh, that's not fish.
Growing wolves or something?
Yep.
Nikki says she just turned 91.
Oh crap! Sorry, that was for the buff. 91. That's a good run.
Yeah.
Did you see that I found seal and cinnamon on Amazon for like 15 for a pound?
Mm-mm.
And there were some circumstances
So
where
just go ahead.
Yes.
time
Is that what you're here for?
I am
up on you.
tired of you criticizing my cinnamon filling, but you don't give me the resources I need to make excellent cinnamon filling.
And also, you need more garlic.
Yeah.
Just do better.
Just remember, between a rock and a hard place lies madness, and you don't like me that mad. You like me only slightly mad.
I try not to cuss too much on these streams because, well, it is my natural language, but
Amen.
that was one of the softest, sweetest fuck you Toms I've heard in a long time.
I've had a lot of practice because he reacts badly to strong fuck you Toms. I don't get my desired result, and I am results oriented glory, not righteous glory. There's the difference.
I mean,
Also,
look,
he did just buy me a dress, so he's in my good graces right now.
there, it's ordered.
Thank you. I love you. Also, I recently found out that our Sam's Club has curbside pickup. So you don't have to go in. If you have a plus membership, it's free. If you don't have a plus membership, it's a $4 for the curbside. But then, huh?
You weren't here when I made the statement earlier. For one of the events that I'm going to be going to speak at this year, I have been named both Poet Laureate and Bard in Residence.
Oh.
What's the second one? Poet Laureate and something?
Bard in Residence.
Bard and
Residence. Well, yeah, no, that checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I concur with that. I would say Charlie's definitely. There, I screenshotted the curbside pickup for Sam's Club.
Okay.
So that you can buy Glory a huge sack of peeled garlic cloves. And I can do weird things with them, like make garlic confit. Yay, we support Glory. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Tom. I accidentally anchored him. I'm going
Nikki
now.
says you're
So
a
calm
goofball,
down.
And I hope you take that in a sweet way, she says.
Okay, Gloria, before you leave the room, you have to name 2 Luxes.
I have to name what?
2 Luxes.
What's a lopsis?
Lux. It's this game's version of a giant
Buffalo
bison.
lizard.
Oh, okay.
Giant buffalo lizard.
It is a bit. They're very angry.
Yeah, until you tame them. And then they're all lovable, and you can use them as a mount. See, I ride. I'm putting Luxor back next to Alexander so they can breed.
In fairness, you are a gay man, so like, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Use your imagination.
Are you saying I have a preference for big angry mounts?
I am just saying that, like, and then you get your then once you get them tamed, they let you mount them. Is kind of like a little too on brand.
Yeah. He's a baby Lux. He's a cute little
I
cat.
would go with Baba Yaga and chicken. Yeah, there's the
Okay.
reaction I was looking for. I was thinking of making regular challah instead of wheat challah.
Okay, both
Bollocks.
you need to go back to your corner.
You want rolls, I assume?
Yeah.
Because you're a roll boy. You want chocolate babka or cinnamon babka with the white dough?
Both.
Strawberry swirl babka.
Oh, you want strawberry swirl babka? Because I could do strawberry swirl or strawberry cream cheese swirl.
Ooh.
Ooh.
At this point in time, while Brian's being a little piece of shit, I feel like I need to point out you can't have babka anymore. Ha 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 ha.
He can have it in his fantasy world.
Take that, you gluten intolerant piece of shit.
But what do you
Mr.
want?
Spence says I'll take some chocolate babka.
Oh, okay. You want chocolate babka?
Chocolate.
With extra chocolate on the chocolate?
Actually, I'd say more of try putting some cream cheese in. Let's see what happens with it.
You want to? Well, you know, I do
Ooh.
Nutella.
Yeah.
With cream cheese. So, chocolate chips or no chocolate chips?
With chocolate chips, because
Okay.
who knows what's going to happen with the cream cheese.
I can do
Haley
that.
wants strawberry.
Yeah, we could do chocolate cream cheese. That sounds wild.
Curious to see what'll happen.
Okay.
Mostly for the we do need to test out the cream cheese, how it runs.
Nikki
with
wants to know what babka is.
Who wants to know?
Nikki.
Take a walk on the
Oh,
wild side.
So it's like a cousin of a cinnamon roll, except done more like a loaf and cut in half and then twisted before you bake it.
That's a good way to
So
describe it.
essentially like a grandma hot mess dessert.
They're stupid delicious.
Yes, they are. Like they taste about 1,000,000 times better than it sounds, and that is saying something. Like honestly, the babkas I make are about 100 to 1,000 times better than any commercial babka I've ever eaten in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had them at like fancy and long time bakeries, and my babkas are still better.
It's sometimes called egg bread, but yeah, they're usually not nearly what Glory's making because you need butter. Butter
Yeah,
makes it much
I
better.
make par version.
Nikki
So-
says, I want some yummy.
Yeah, they're
In all
so
caps.
There's
Yeah.
Dumb Lux. I was
Mr.
wondering what
Spence
Dumb
says
Lux-
commercial babka is horrid.
Yeah. Yeah, like my mother used to talk so well about babka, and then I had some down in New Orleans, and we were so disappointed. And then we had some in Atlanta, and we were so disappointed. And then I've had 15 years to think about it, going, how could I do this better? And then we found, yeah, that is better, way
And
better.
some of it is also finding the right flour.
Yes.
This is one where the flour really does affect the taste and the
Mhm.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this one where King Arthur flour really comes in handy.
And for the wheat challah, and then the babka I make with it, we use this special white wheat flour that is ground in Idaho in some special hammering technique, but it tastes so freaking good. So finding quality flours has actually been such a paradigm shift for us.
Yeah. Just like we recently found out that if you like oatmeal, you should really try Azure Standard's 5-grain.
I think it's actually from Bob's Red Mill.
Is it Bob's Red?
They're just repackaging. It's the 5-grain rolled cereal. Now,
It's really good.
fair warning, again, Brian cannot have it. Because
No.
the 5-grain rolled cereal has wheat in it.
Yeah.
Although I kind of wonder if Brian would also have a reaction to triticale, which is a crossbreed between wheat and rye.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
You know, I'm
Since
too much
it's a
of a Star
totally
Trek
different thing.
fan.
Also, I thought it was made up by Star Trek. So you can imagine in the 90s my surprise when I saw it in the grocery store going, well, I'm not in the Star Trek feature. What is this?
Yeah,
Be honest,
this is
it
what's
sounds like
say.
something Gene Roddenberry made up.
For anybody who's not heard the episode, it's The Trouble with Tribbles.
Yep.
The whole plot of that is about the
Yes, the
grain
Tribbles,
shipping.
they love the triticale.
Yep.
Yeah, they crossbred wheat and rye to make it sturdier and more disease resistant. And apparently, Tom and I think it is freaking delicious. Which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Since we normally don't like these oh, we played with grains. Don't you love it? No, I don't. Give me back the original.
I mean, mostly it's because usually when they play with grains, it involves playing with
Buckwheat.
buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Go to hell.
And I would rather I'd rather have wild rice
Yeah.
in many different forms than buckwheat.
You don't like wild rice?
No.
It's so-so.
Let me tell you, I have had an unfortunate incident, and I happen to know for a fact cooked wild rice is the exact same texture as a house roach. Don't ask me how I know, just know the trauma is there.
Oh, no.
It is identical texture. You will be haunted for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never recovered.
That makes
Never
sense.
recovered.
But just,
I'm
yeah,
not-
Mr. Spence says I should go get in bed and play my PS5.
Yeah.
that's the best place to play the
I
PS5.
agree, actually.
Just see, will you save the game before you pass out?
Yeah, that's the best one. All right, well, I'm off to make dough. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks.
Hi.
Why are you all up in my face?
It's what she do.
Yeah, recently, she ran right up on me and licked my eyebrow. I didn't volunteer for this. What part of me said, hey, lick my eyebrow? I'm down with that. I love you, but you are a trashy cat.
Mr.
anybody who
Spence
actually-
says I have so many PS1 games on there, including Legend of Dragoon.
For anybody who actually knows my cats and is wondering which one, it's Jinx, believe it or not.
Wow.
I know I'm a kid of the 80s, but when Run DMC comes on, it's hard not to just sing along.
Yeah, Shoop came on at the restaurant earlier, and we were all there, and it was really funny watching everybody dance, and then kind of stop and had a moment of white guilt. So like,
How can you not dance to Shoot?
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you gotta dance to Shoop.
It's kind of like when Tricky's playing in your headphones and you just want to sing along.
Yeah, For me, it's I can't hear that song without sitting back going, he wants to shoot Kimmy, shoot. That's my challenge with the song.
I understand that. He wants to shoot.
Shoot Kimmy. Shoot. Oh.
You cannot sit on my keyboard. That is not a thing. I love you. And I'm glad that you're becoming a friendlier cat. No, just stay down. You're fine.
She's not fine. Oh, Dory got away. And back around. Stay on target.
Look, chickens, if you don't let me light the fires, your eggs won't hatch.
You just supposed to let them lick
Chickens
the
care.
Oh, these chickens care about nothing but our death.
I mean, in that part, they got it right about chickens.
I have so many scars on the very top of my head. Like, dear God, if I ever have to go bald for any reason, like, my head looks like a roadmap because of all of the chicken attacks. Chickens have never forgotten that they used to be dinosaurs.
Nope.
It's just like to play dumb.
They just think they're still the size of a Deinonychus.
Hmm.
What, princess? What are you staring at? Do you want attention? No. What do you want then? Yeah, I'm asking you a question. Are you just going to stare at me very uncomfortably? Because this is uncomfortable.
Isn't that what doggies are for?
I mean, some dogs may do that, but my dog doesn't usually do that. Usually she's polite and only, like, glances at you when she wants something.
Just gives you the side eye.
Yes, like the picture that I sent a couple, was it yesterday? In the group
Yeah.
chat.
I think
She
so.
was definitely giving
All
me
of-
the side eye that day.
All of the side eye.
What is she, part corgi?
No, we think she might be part border collie though. Princess, stop that.
Oh, that explains so much.
Yeah.
Well, based on her coloring, she might be tangentially related to the McNabb Shepherds.
Hmm.
That's what our dog is. They're not an official breed yet, but it's a mix of border collie and a couple other dogs together. And some of them, they can't get recognized as a breed because some still have long hair and some have short hair. So they don't fit some criteria. One is something in the criteria for a formal breed. I don't understand how that works, but
If you breed them together, will you get the same thing, or will they be, divergent?
and since it's kind of random whether you're going to get a long hair or short hair, they're not technically a breed yet. But you will get a really smart, overly neurotic dog. every time.
Describes princess.
That's why I said she might be a little bit related.
That's possible. We have no idea, like we have no idea like what Nessie is, and Nessie is the mom, so and then we have no idea who the dad was because she the situation was she got her leash wrapped around her leg when she escaped and hid underneath her previous owner's house, and somehow got pregnant and then during the surgery they found out she was gonna have puppies, and yeah, so that was so we have no idea, like we can't even tell what kind of dog Nessie is. Like even the vet is like, we don't really know. We have no idea. We know what sort of type she is, but that's about it.
Have you seen those videos from the Michigan animal shelter for the kinds of dogs?
I don't think so.
I posted one or two, I think, to the dogs group on Instagram.
I haven't been watching any of the Instagram videos for forever now because it's just too much. I can't handle it.
But essentially, they're just making up, joke names for what type of breeds each of these dogs are.
I'll have to go look for it because that sounds funny. That is my kind of humor.
My mom's dog is we're pretty sure she's a border collie, but she's a blonde color. But she has the shape and definitely the personality as she continuously tries to herd the 4 grandbabies. And she's so neurotic, and
That's where you get a bag of multicolored tennis balls.
Yes.
And you go into the room and you get their attention, you get them very excited, and then you empty the bag in front of them and just let them bounce and go everywhere.
Yes.
If she were a human, she would be diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, probably severe anxiety.
Best dog I ever had when we were a kid. When I was a kid, I had a dog that was a German Shepherd that had their mommy had a red wolf get into the pen and get a little frisky. So it was half German Shepherd, half red wolf, and was gorgeous and loyal and terrifying to look at because his face was like 100% wolf. Like they put a wolf's head on a German Shepherd's body and give that like beautiful red brown fur that a red wolf has. But he was so smart and so loyal, and he and I went on many an adventure in the woods.
So, I don't know if it's like next week or when it's going to happen exactly. I just know that at some point soon, I get to go to the zoo and check out the hippos again. And I'm so excited.
What? I didn't know you liked hippos.
Yeah, no one would ever guess that about me. It's not something I talk about at all, ever.
I think Peanut's favorite part of the zoo on Monday was the rhinos.
Right.
Nice.
Because there's um a juvenile one. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but he was playing on a big old pile of dirt, and she just thought it was the most fascinating thing. We sat and had lunch and watched him play, and
Nice.
I am boringly zootypical when it comes to zoos. I like the big cats. And God help
Oh,
me if they have an otter.
apparently the San Diego Zoo has redone their exhibit so that you can actually see the tigers now, like all the time, not just like when the
Cleveland
they
just
tigers
had
feel like it.
baby
came to give
tigers.
appearance.
Cleveland just
I
had
was surprised to
baby
find out
tigers in November, and they're so cute. They were sleeping when we got there, but
Oh,
the zoo
they were
here has Sumatran tigers,
Oh,
and they are these tiny tigers.
oh,
yes.
They're like a third the size of regular tigers,
wow,
but still all the attitude and all the play.
nice.
The greatest sound in this world. If you're not familiar with it, just search YouTube for tigers chuffing.
Oh yeah.
It is the greatest sound. It's the sound that a tiger makes when they're happy because tigers can't purr. And I want an animal that can make this sound. I'm not stupid enough to have a tiger in the house, but I want an animal that can make this sound.
Hey Megan, you want me to just send you the videos direct to your Instagram?
Sure.
There, enjoy the.
The one thing that freaked Peanut out at when we went on Monday was the naked mole rats.
I mean, fair.
They're in the building where the elephants are.
Oh, so cute.
I mean, I'm a
North
grown-ass adult, and I'm still like, guys, that's a bit much.
Yeah, they had in the elephant crossing thing, the complex. There's the big open area where the elephants could be outside, and then you walk through the gate, and there's an outdoor little thing where there's meerkats, and then you go inside the building, and then they have the the separate enclosures for the elephants, and then off to the side there's a big old snake, and then the burrows of the naked mole rats.
So I'm old enough to remember the true, we don't care about the safety of other human beings era, where you could go down to the local grocery store and some rando would have elephants there for you that you could ride.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I've ridden many an elephant. So how do you say no to that? Like, yes, I am child. I want to ride elephant. You mean I can ride the elephant by myself? Really? Okay.
Is the elephant having a good day or a bad day?
I'm just saying. I remember when public safety entered no one's mind.
Oh yeah.
Sure, this is fine. Let's take the very large animal that we don't know how it's being treated and put it out there and put a random small child on its back and send it out into the world. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Nikki has a question. She says, plot is the main points to a story and also some details about the story, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Megan, you can find those videos if you just look up Marl, M-A-R-L, dog breeds.
I liked the North American house hippo. I was like, oh, I need one of those. I need to know what they think what their name for Dobermans are, because I had a Doberman. It was one of my first dogs growing up was a Doberman named Cherry. She was a red Doberman, a gorgeous dog. And she was like so protective of like the family, and like she was just the sweetest dog too, like just the greatest. Oh. She once
Growing up, we had go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say she once stole carrots from me while I wasn't looking, although I was kind of doing that on like I put them out there so that she could reach them. It was kind of joint effort to make it look like no one was so none of us got in trouble for it, but I didn't want to eat my carrots, so I just kind of like put them on my lap. So she snuck up and ate them, and it was just
That is gorgeous.
Did you
We
do
had
that?
a cat that likes
No.
watermelon.
What did that?
I don't
Ooh.
know. What did that?
I don't know, but we've got a bright light in the.
Is that the moon reflecting on the
Oh wait, is
windows?
that the moon in the windows?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the moon in the windows did that. Okay, yeah, because the moon finally went far enough along that I just came through. And I'm like, where?
Oh yeah, okay, I see what it is now.
Yeah, it's because it's fading.
Yeah, it's the moon in the windows. I was so confused. I'm like, we don't have wisps yet.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that bright light? What did you do? How did you do this?
Oh my god, that was really cool looking.
It was.
It was really cool.
The
Mr. Spence
best
says
dog
good night,
we had-
all.
Night night.
Night.
Have fun with the PS5. Don't do anything to make your wife jealous.
The best dog we
But actually,
had
the games
was
are out now.
our German short-haired pointer, and he was the bestest boy.
Aw.
His name was Bart. We had him. We got him when he was about 6 months old, and we had him until he was 13.
Oh.
And he was the bestest boy. He had his derpy moments. He also got beat up by the cats. Our one cat, we had a big old fat calico named Sage. She was my sister's cat, and she would lie in wait by the back door, and when we'd bring him back in the house from doing his thing outside, she'd jump up and pop, smack him in the nose. And
That's funny.
we didn't do that great at like socializing him, so he became very protective of especially me and my sister. So we had to like keep him away from like if we had other people over. There were few people he ended up like tolerating. Like after my maternal grandmother passed away, my grandpa would come over a lot for dinner because he didn't do a lot of cooking for himself. And so the dog eventually got to know him and kind of tolerate him. And one day he was over for dinner. He was getting ready to leave, and he went to give either me or my sister a hug, and the dog started barking at him. And my grandfather kind of took a step back, like, "Okay, I'm in your house. I respect that, but they were mine first."
Yeah, I can't even
They
think
were
that.
my
Sorry,
grandkids
just
first.
continue. I'm changing over to my screen real quick.
And then the one What?
See, we can't even fake it. I put a blue light
Oh,
behind each one of those windows, and I mean they slightly glow.
Must have been South Moon caught it. I just
Yeah.
happened to be there out there at the right time to see it.
Yeah,
I do see the little glow from the blue light, and that's kind of neat, but
mm-hmm.
it's not the same.
I was just trying to fake it.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, that'd be really cool if there was like this glowing blue light there. Yeah, I can't. That did not replicate it. It just makes a blue light.
Hmm.
Huh. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. Oh, and then there was a time we were having a bunch of family over for a party, and we just tied him up in the back corner of the yard, and he got mad. He wasn't getting any attention, so he turned his back to us and just started howling at the top of his lungs until somebody took pity on him and went gave him attention.
I mean, it's one way to succeed.
Ooh. One star Skelly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with German Shorthairs, they are ridiculously active, and they will. You let them outside, they will run. And when he was getting older, he started getting like arthritis. So he would run like he was a puppy, and then come back in and just be in so much pain he was shaking. So my dad would take like a piece of cheese or some ham or something and put like a baby aspirin in it.
You ever had one of those
And
moments where a friend of yours is telling a story about their dog and you feel like they're reading you for filth? Sorry, continue. I feel oddly called out by your story, but it's fine.
But we sometimes we wondered like when he was faking it just to get a piece of ham. And now I'm curious as to why you feel called out.
Oh, going out, running around, having a good time, then coming back to the house and just.
Let's say Charlie needs a piece of cheese or ham.
I mean,
I know where you sleep.
I was in a lot of pain on Monday. I know I overdid it, and I still did it, and yeah.
Yeah. I just feel a little bit called out.
Where have all the crypts gone?
when we got him fixed, he loved car rides, and so my parents took him to get his stitches out and took him back to the vet, and he hopped in the car no problem. And my dad puts the leash on him and walking into the building, and then he realized where they were at, and he's like, no way, and he started pulling back. My dad picked him up and was going to carry him into the vet, and all four paws splayed out like to. My dad had to back him into the building, through the doorway.
Yeah, we had a similar experience during the Chicago trip. We got Sasha in the car and she was all excited, and we had to drive past the vet on the way out. And suddenly she realized we're going to be driving past the vet. and had a panic attack, like full on panic. And then she realized we were past the vet and we didn't stop. And she looked at us like those
Ooh,
idiots
got
forgot. Well, I'm not going to tell them. Like the rest of the car ride, she was just like a kid who got away with it.
Yeah, she's like, somehow they forgot.
Somehow they did the dumb thing and forgot. I am not correcting them. La 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 la.
Down goes
All
the
right, we got
abomination.
all the wolves tamed, and one of them have already started breeding.
Oh, we need to the one that's no star. When you get a chance, go ahead and take him out of the pit. We can. I don't know. Well,
Let's say it's just one no star, so they should only be making 1 stars now.
oh, it's all 1 star.
Well, no, just thinking like there's 2 1 stars and 1 no star. So remember, if you
So
breed a 1 star with a no star, it's still a 1 star.
It's a 50. It's a 50-50
50-50 chance of being the no star or 1 star.
unless they fix that.
I figured any no stars that we end up with, we could always send that team with the person taking point, and then have the 1 stars take up the rear when we run them back.
You know, you really need to just watch your wording.
And
I mean, that's just Brian every day.
Like I know what you meant to say, but I do think you malapropped it slightly.
I probably did because it's me.
But see, I'm so used to you malapropping that I don't even know when you actually did it or when my brain just autocorrects. Like, did I autocorrect in one way or the other? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I also found out on my server why there were so many dragons coming after me. Because if I had gone just a little bit around the corner, there was a nest.
Yeah.
So I did the Meganing. Mark that dugout spot on the map for maybe taming zone part 2, and continued to explore the mountains.
But once we have at least 4 1 stars, probably want to get to maybe 6 1 stars, then we'll be ready to relocate. Oh, look at that jerk down there trying to bust up my workbench before I'm even ready. Just because you died didn't mean your manners had to.
Who, me?
No, I've got a drugger down there attacking my workbench. I realized that you don't have any armor, and you might want some. And we
What?
can hiring for that. I mean, honestly, if I do this right, you could just stand there and watch the show, but in the Death Bowl, as I started calling it earlier today.
Right.
Okay.
Barbie.
I'll go into my head of Barbie. There he goes. There.
Yep. I can't hear your responses, so I can just say this with impudence. You don't know what you've started. I'm probably just going to start saying Barbie every time I'm going to walk away from the keyboard now.
She said, "Oh no, don't ever do that."
They're laughing so hard I can hear them. headphones so loud. It sounds like there's some chipmunks in the walls.
It really does sound like chipmunks, all right?
Not in the right position to use the cart. What? Whoa, that one piece of coal is 24 pieces.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Yeah. And then one piece that's shot out
Notice
to the side.
if you leave a pile too long, it'll just kind of clump.
Yeah, it aggregates. Well, oftentimes I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Every now and then. I'm like, that's not what I intended to do.
I think you're with lanterns you need to be lit or demolished and put up again.
I don't feel like running over to get the coal. I will use my dwarven magic. Demolish, rebuild it. Ta-da! Lit. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that right there.
That
don't know
looks
why
like
that-
a baby's rattle, honestly. Like,
Yeah, the key.
yeah.
Swamp key. It's swampy.
Is it wrong, or does Swamp Key just sound like the name of a sports bar?
It does sound like the name of a sports bar. Oh no, you reminded me of the other sports bar name that I had thought of that left me laughing so hard.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I know.
That wasn't my intention.
I know. I come up with some of the most horrible sports bar names ever.
I'm not saying it. Don't look at me.
No, this is a new one. You haven't heard this one yet.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
Oh dear.
it was going to be. So if you ordered a domestic beer, it was served in a baby bottle, and it was gonna. And then for bar food, we were gonna offer tater tots. We were gonna call it teats and tots. And
You're lucky you waited till I sat back down and put my headphones on.
Of course, I would. If you do that. You're both comfortable and tied in.
And too damn lazy to get back up and go over there and give you the right smacking around the earls that you deserve.
Yeah. Because
My dad
there's a bunch of
thought it would be funny. He thought he wanted to buy the. Well, at the time it was a drugstore. It hasn't been a restaurant in years, and I think now it's a Dollar General. But he wanted to buy the location that used to be the bar where he and my mom first met. And he wanted to open a restaurant called Idiots. And then if a customer complained that they got shit service, then his response would be, What are you complaining about? You went to a place called Idiots. What do you expect? And he thought that was just going to be the most hilarious joke.
Now I'm going to be living in fear that Brian's going to try to start a place called Idiots. just a little bit, but yeah, the fear is definitely there.
Nope. It's going to be a no talking hipsters club called Dum Dum. They would sign up for that, and I would be thoroughly amused as the place fills up with a whole bunch of dum-dums who think they're being clever.
You just defined hipster.
I did. And I think we would have to have a milk bar because that was the funniest thing ever. The hell was that on? What did we watch that had the milk bar in it?
We were doing the rewatch of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when they were making fun of hipsters.
Yes.
That was a good episode.
It was. That's a really good episode.
Well, a friend of ours had made the revelation that he had never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I'm just like,
What?
Yep.
but this is your kind of humor.
Yeah.
Like, this is 100% your kind of humor. Like
you're not allowed to throw it on the ground. It is part of your system.
It's your culture.
Yeah.
yeah, the show is scripted for people like you.
Yeah. This is the same person you can't say, hey, there's a boat over there without them going and getting their flippy floppies.
Well, that, and it was, I just lost all names from my brain, but it was the day that Captain Holt, the actor who played Captain Holt, died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Andre Brower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His real name shot out of my head when I tried to say it.
Oh, jeez. Brian, come quick.
Okay.
Or a golem's probably going to kill all the wolves.
I'm on my way.
Oh
Shoot,
no!
that's the wrong portal.
Just snuck up behind me and it just slapped me to death.
Where is he at? Oh, there he is. Okay.
He's next to.
I'm luring him away first. Follow me down the mountain. Come on, dum-dum. Oh, look, I'm so helpless. I can't even walk right. Whoa,
Oh.
come get me. Oh, no. You are so powerful. You have biggest helmet ever.
Stop trying to date the straight man.
Boom goes the golem. The golem is dead.
Woo. Oh.
Oh, crap.
Oh, there's one wolf cub.
There's one wolf cub. Oh, there's a couple.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, my gosh, Tom.
Brian almost killed off all of the wolf cubs. Can you believe that?
That's a lot of dead wolves.
So I find myself thinking I probably should have started made the announcement when Mr. Smith was still here, and probably a couple times throughout the stream. But of course, I start talking and get attacked by a bunch of brutes. There we go. But it is looking like this is going to be our last Valheim stream for a little bit. We are going to be switching over and trying out, I believe, Star Trek Online.
Fun.
I have been playing around with it, and it is as fun as I remember, but they fixed the UI some, which makes me very happy. And, you know, sometimes it's good to have just a little bit of a change.
Does it have a lot of buttons?
It depends on how into the combat system you want to be. The combat system is as really complicated or as simple as you want it to be. Like there seriously is a just order them to fire all the weapons at our target button.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a micromanaging way of doing it. So whenever you're in the mood for it.
Oh, cool. So I can start out at the level of have it do everything for me, and then as I learn the system, I can just, now I'll... Cool.
It is quick play. And it is an older game, so the graphics are not too offensive.
Cool.
But I really wanted to play a space game the other day. I was like, oh, what the heck, let's try again. It's free. And it ended up having a lot of fun. And we all kind of had a moment of, we're all like super Trekkies, like Brian, Tom, and I.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I didn't want to speak for you or Carrie. Well, I know Carrie's not.
I can't say that I am.
I
don't think I've ever seen an episode, so I wouldn't know.
I guess I would classify myself as like a casual viewer. If it's playing on like BBC America, I'll tune into like Next Gen.
I'm proud to say I have met every member of the original cast except for William Shatner.
Nice.
And fuck that guy. That was intentional, actually. Did not go to a convention because I had a choice between two things, and I was like, we could be at the place where William Shatner is, or not do that. Yeah, let's not do that. I have met the entire cast of The Next Generation. I have a scar on my back that was given to me by Robert O'Reilly, the actor who plays Gowron, the Chancellor of the Klingon Order, because he stole his Klingon teeth from the set, and we were at the bar drinking, and he got a little carried away. They were on his hand at the time, by the way, and were remarkably sharp. That's fun. I met the entire cast of Deep Space Nine because that is my favorite. And I think I've met everyone but Janeway from Voyager. So yeah, I'm one of them. I used to be able to speak Klingon when I was a kid, and I used to write Klingon poetry in high school, and that's what made me popular.
I think Klingon is one of the languages offered on.
It is. I actually know the guy who invented the Klingon language because I'm that much of a both language geek and Star Trek geek. Mark's a really nice guy. But at any rate, next week we are going to be picking that up and having some fun with that. We're going to talk it over. I think it would be a fun episode for us to make our characters during the first stream. Because I think it would be funny to have all of us in the character creator doing things.
We're gonna have to figure out who's controlling the visuals.
And we'll
Because
figure
if we're all playing,
we'll figure that
it's gonna
out.
be a challenge.
Plus, I can slip in and out. I've gotten pretty good at slipping in and out when I need to.
Yeah.
But you can. They have like the presets, which are the races that you know from the TV show, and then at the very bottom they have Alien, where you just get to custom create something.
Oh, that's fun.
Ooh.
And they have a lot of sliders. Like if you go into the advanced mode, you can like do like detailed facial features if you want to. Like there's like 3 different sliders for the cheeks.
Wow.
So, but I liked what Nikki mentioned. I could definitely see this as another Brian restaurant. She said, when you were all talking about idiots, thank you for that, because it reminded me of my Graham. I don't know what me and my family were talking about with Graham, but she would call idiots idgrits. And it's just like, I could definitely see an idgrits restaurant.
I kind of want to do that.
Actually,
Egret sounds like it should be a fast food place.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Egret's and get a burger.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels natural to say. But yeah, we're probably going to be doing that starting next week. That's why I actually named this stream At the Edge of Twilight, because who knows, they'll probably push an update and we'll be like, okay, let's figure out what we're going to do with the Ashlands.
I saw the thing on YouTube for a second, and I was like, Twilight, the vampire? What? I was very confused. Then I figured it out.
I debated using that word because I'm like, is anybody going to not see vampires? It's a bad Norse joke because the apocalypse is the twilight of the gods, Ragnarok. It's a bad Norse joke. We're on the edge of Twilight because the world is ending. At least until the Ashlands come out, and we'll probably want to not start all over, but
No.
move through and do
And it's like,
stuff with the Ashlands. But
yeah, I think it would be fun just to take a little break. Gloria's actually curious because she loves Star Trek, to see if her vision goes wonky with that game. Since that's part of why she doesn't really show up for Valheim, is she cannot see the screen or her brain gets upset. Oh, idjit is what Nikki was trying to spell.
Idjit.
That even sounds better.
Yep.
Because I say idjit all the time. I think that was a thing.
Idjits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that from Gomer Pyle?
Maybe. Yeah, it might be. But then again, look, the worlds keep changing. All the online sources now say that FUPA was a term invented in 2014, 2016.
What?
And I'm like,
Okay.
I swear I remember my mom using that term in the 90s.
I remember that word in the 90s.
Yeah.
But they're now saying it's an acronym for that part of the body.
So join us next week. I already have a possible theme song candidate I'm going to play for everybody because not everyone was here when I played it before. So we'll see if that's the one that we use. It's going to be fun. Go read my new story over on World Anvil, Forsaken Hope. I shared it on both my threads and my Blue Sky account. I'm C. Dorset on both. Well, technically, I'm cdorset.com on Blue Sky because you get to connect your domain. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we run off?
Misadventures of a Mom Author Volume 2 is still up on for in ebook form. It's been a little over a week now. And I also have stuff on Ream and World Anvil and assorted places.
And if you're not following me on Substack, it's meganmccarthy.substack.com. I write a whole bunch of feminist stuff and disability
great.
stuff and all that good stuff.
Alrighty, see you all next week, where we will boldly go. Where, I mean, let's be honest, at this point, everyone's gone before, but we still have fun with it. Bye.
Bye.